I want to show you some reports. So I'm going to go to reports. And since I didn't finish this test, there is no completed set of data here for me. The only information that I can get for this student that started the test and didn't complete is under the incomplete test reports reference for that student that didn't finish the report. But as I mentioned earlier, I started doing testing with students here, and I have some real data of a couple of students that I worked with this week. So one of the reports that I want to show you is a grouping report. And I did talk about grouping students under the performance levels. So one of these reports is the intervention grouping report. So this report is a popular report with the Scholastic products, whether it's a math product or a reading product. And it's nice because it groups students according to their performance levels: advanced, proficient, basic, and below basic. So we want the kids to be in these green levels: proficient or advanced. And we can see here that Yulisa and Joseph, both of them on second grade, they both passed their addition fact screener. And multiplication was not available for them because they don't take multiplication on the second grade as a screener. And then we see their quantile score here, which is pretty close for both of them. And we see the date that they took the test. And we see some normative data to compare them with the rest of the students of the same grade in the school. Okay? We have a student also here, which is a fictional student. I just faked the test myself, that didn't pass the addition screener, and it's actually below basic. So in this report, what we do on the second page, we provide for the teacher instructional recommendations for this student that is below basic. Okay? And these instructional recommendations are very carefully calculated for this group of students. Okay? Now, this is a performance level growth report. And the data that you'll see here is quite bogus because I don't have students that are real, except for those few students that I just showed you. But you'll get the idea of what this report will show you, which I think is very useful. So this report is a bar chart, and it has each performance level, and it basically represents all the students in the district on each performance level on the first test and the last test. What you want to see is a growth in terms of how many students are on the upper bands here, on the upper levels, from the first test to the last test. So this is a really nice, easy, aggregated snapshot of progress monitoring for the whole school or the whole district. Okay, and this is for grades 2 through 8. The test can be administered for grades beyond those. We don't recommend to give it to younger kids than grade 2, but kids older than grade 8 can take the test. Okay, and we have actually changed some of the reports to reflect what it means for older kids to take this test. And so at the school and district level, you can set up the time between tests. You can set it to, let's say, a month, or you can set it with no restrictions. You can also, if you think that the student took the test unfairly, you can actually disregard incomplete tests and have them start over. So then you can, what I told you before is that you can decide if you want to show the score to the student or not. That's the setting here. And at the district level or the school level, the administrator can turn off the calculator and the reference sheet. Some states don't want the kids to use that, so we put that as a setting here. That can only be done at that high level. Individual teachers cannot do that because then in aggregated reports you don't compare the same thing, okay? These are the performance levels. The performance levels below basic, basic, proficient, and advanced can only be changed at the district level. Okay, so if you are a quantile state like Texas that they're using quantiles, maybe you have different measures for these levels, performance levels. So you can go here, change them, customize these, and these will be reflected in the reports. I can set, in addition to what I showed you before, I can set the math level for the student just for the first test. So if I know that the student is advanced, I might as well tell the product that the student is very good. So it will help give a more efficient test to the student. Also, I can make an adjustment of the practice test. Perhaps I want the student to take the practice test every single time. I can say that here. Because by default, they only see that on the first test of the year. Okay? And the advanced settings, I just see what the ranges are for the performance levels. I cannot change them. Okay?